Hmm. All righty then. This appears to be quite the situation. All righty then. But we're managing to make it work because that's what we do. We figure stuff out and we make it work. All right. Yes. Oh, Lord. Okay. Hello. This is Rhapsody, your friendly neighborhood growth hacker. Also known as Rhapsody Barrera, also known as Rhapsody, your friendly neighborhood growth hacker, also known as the Reverend Dr. Rhapsody. And I am here to help you find your way to health, to walk purposefully, otherwise known as trudging, the road to health. And this is just going to go down as I'm just going to share knowledge that I have access to now, and you're welcome to apply it. And in a perfect world, you will comment in the video after you have applied it, telling me about how wonderful your response was, and that'll let me know and confirm to others that will see the video in times in the future that what I'm talking about is actual, factual, actionable processes that you can use if you find yourself in a situation of, I'm starting it off with ill health. It's just something that can be used for anything. But like I said, my focus is on ill health. But just to give you an idea, if your situation is one where you are lacking funds and you feel like you're not as financially abundant as you would like to be, one of the things you can do is focus on the abundance that already exists in your life. Like, for instance, things that you would likely take for granted. Like, let's say I'm in a room that I'm renting from a relative. I don't have my own place. Yet, the abundant part comes in the fact that, first of all, I'm with a relative, so they will never let me go hungry. Secondly, I have a room of my own space that I can call mine. Thirdly, I'm indoors. And I can see where at one time I might have taken that lightly and not made such a big deal of it until I found some YouTube videos about houses that exist today in Mexico that don't have complete roofing over the entire establishment, that don't have running water. And of course, being from America, you think to yourself, how can you even exist somewhere without running water? But they do it in Mexico, they do it in the Philippines. If you're living out in the territories in the Philippines, it's the same thing. Not everybody has running water. Most people have to go down to the river to bathe, to do laundry, and that's just the way that life is out there. And it's not something that they make a big deal out of. That's just how they do their life out there because they don't have running water in their house. You then If you're living in America, if you're living anywhere in the Western world, you have abundance in having running water in your house. You have abundance by having a bathroom in your house. You have abundance with the ability to bathe in a bathtub or in a shower in your house. Write that one out for a little while, and yeah, it's amazing if you think about it. Just things that we take for granted. Like, at one time, myself personally, I was homeless, and the place I was staying, it was a Salvation Army. I got to remember to get them some money because I'm grateful to the Salvation Army for putting me up. They have a thing where they'll put you up if you're a veteran. It's just that they require you to put money aside. They're not charging you money. They just require you to be saving money while you're there so you can take care of yourself when you go on. While I was there, when I first started out there, it was more like a not a squad-based situation, but similar. I will say it's like a if you've ever stayed at a hostel with 8 beds in a room, that's what it was. I say that explicitly because one time when I went down to Miami to visit, I was staying at a hostel with 8 beds in one room and one bathroom, and somehow we made it work. But okay, so the upgrade from the hostel-esque room at the Salvation Army homeless shelter was a cube. The cube was just, I wasn't just open space. There were walls in between each cube, but it was a cube without a door. Didn't have a door, didn't have curtains you could pull. It was just open so that whoever was on duty that night can walk by your cube and see that you were there. And if you weren't there, you were not allowed back on the grounds because they locked the gate at like 10 o'clock. I'm saying all that to say this. If you are in a room that has a door, you have an abundance of privacy. An abundance of privacy. You wouldn't think about that. Like I say, so many things that we have in our lives that are abundant or would be taken as abundance from someone on the outside looking in somewhere else in the world, we take for granted because for us, that's just the way it is. It's normal. I'm not going to be in a room in somebody's house with no door. Why would that be the case? But what we're talking about here is abundance, focusing on the abundance that you already have in order to bring more abundance into your life. And it's not about, because a lot of people, or some forms of thought say that you need to feel abundant in order to receive abundance. The reality is that that's not necessarily the case. However, what needs to happen is subconsciously, your subconscious needs to know that it's okay for you to have abundance. That would be the reason why you would need to feel abundant. And it's not so much feeling abundant, it's just keeping the thought in your mind that you are abundant. And one of the things that I'm training in now is it's a practice to do that I do every morning where I visualize as if it was a past experience, the abundance that I'm looking forward to experiencing in my life. And that way, it makes it okay for the subconscious mind to receive the abundance. Otherwise, for those who don't know, the subconscious mind as that joke goes, you have one job. Your subconscious mind has one job, and that's to keep you alive. And I know it seems extreme, But the challenge is so many people are like, well, why can't I lose weight? Why can't I make money? Why can't I X? Why can't I find a relationship? Whatever. What it is that if your subconscious hasn't experienced it, it looks at it as foreign. And whatever it looks at as foreign is a threat. Like referring back to our croc brain, the first part of our brain that existed that kept us alive back in caveman days when we had to outrun or outsmart a saber-toothed tiger or a velociraptor or whatever dinosaurs were around. They got to a point where they were just very familiar with how their day was supposed to go and very familiar with the way the things ought to be. And if they saw something or experienced something that was outside of the realm of that, what they found was that normally did not end well for them. And they got to watch their friends and family or other people that weren't moving fast enough or weren't thinking fast enough to avoid the danger die. So it's your subconscious's job, it's your unconscious mind's job to keep you alive. That's why you need to put these pictures, these visions into your unconscious mind so that your unconscious mind gets comfortable with the idea of you doing something different. Otherwise, it will either overtly or covertly find ways to put traps in the road, to put boulders in your way, to just reroute reality in such a way that it will not allow you to get where you want to go. Oh, man. All right. So that being said, like I say, well, that we're formally aiming for a healing focus. The thing that we're talking about can also be used for relationships, for abundance of finances, and what have you. On the healing side of it, it's simply this. If you don't have a pen and paper, write this down. Go back to this live and the recently recorded lives and go back over it and take notes, because this is gold right here, boys and girls. Oh, also, I forgot to mention, please, 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 please. In the link in the description, you will find a link to help us support Operation Underground Railroad and Feeding America. So many people are trying to do so many different things. I have two. My focus is on two primary charities, both of which are very near and dear to my heart. Operation Underground Railroad, for those of you who do not know, is an organization that breaks up centers for human sex trafficking. It brings people's kids back home to their families, kids that might have been abducted or drugged and taken away and forced to commit sexual acts for money that they don't even get to keep or don't even get to have. They're just under the thumb of the people. But basically, they're taken hostage to do whatever the people need for them to do in order for them to make money off of them. And what Operation Underground Railroad does is it goes into these establishments. It finds these establishments where this is taking place, and they go in with like a SWAT team. It's the kind of thing, as a former Marine, it's the kind of thing I wish I could go in and do, because it's liberating on so many levels. You're liberating people's kids so they can go home. You are liberating the idea that today in 2022 that slavery is actually allowed and promoted. And for those of you who don't know, Atlanta is a really big hub. Oh yeah, I'm in Atlanta, Georgia. Atlanta is a really big hub for human sex trafficking and for the sexual slavery trade. So, and I've had close experiences with that. I'm not going to share it right now because we don't know each other like that yet. But I've had close experiences with having family members disappear and then finding out later on when they were able to come back what had gone on. And as I say, as a former Marine, I was not real happy about it. I was ready to, let's say, put some notches on my favorite choice of weapon, but I digress. Operation Underground Railroad. They need your money. The link is in the description. Please donate. Feeding America. The idea that there are hungry people in America, allegedly the most prosperous country on the planet, and I say allegedly because it's actually factually true. It's one of the things that they say that they tout that's actually true. And that we have hungry people here is ridiculous. And it's so unnecessary. So that's why Feeding America is put together to help feed families who are unable to, for whatever reason, unable to feed themselves. So, as I say, the link is in the description. Feeding America and Operation Underground Railroad are my two pet charities, and they're the ones that we support. Please help us support them. All right, so back to healing. Just like I say that we have abundance that we're not paying attention to, that we're not focused on, and what you focus on expands. That's why I was talking earlier about focusing on the abundance that's already in your life. You focus on the abundance that's in your life, and it will expand. You focus on the things that are going well in your life, and you will have more things going well in your life. The challenge that most people have is they are so used to focusing on what's going wrong. Watch for it, wait for it, more stuff goes wrong because that's what they're focusing on. That's where their energy goes. Where your energy goes, opportunity flows, whether it's opportunity for abundance or opportunity for lack. It all depends on you. So once again, back for healing. I keep trying to get back to healing, but this other stuff is important too. But back to healing, it's a matter of focusing. Once again, the key is focus. Focusing on where in your body that you already have health. Because nobody is totally screwed health-wise. Yes, there are people with cancer. Guess what? Everybody gets cancer every day. It just passes right through them. And it's just, if you're focusing on that, then it gets to hang around and it gets to get bigger and it gets to get stronger. And you get to have to do all kinds of other things that you would really prefer not to have to do. So like, okay, I mean, just for an example, if, let's say currently I'm in a situation where I'm going in next month for cataract surgery in my left eye. I have a natural solution that I've been working with, and it helps some, but I'm going to need a surgery. Of course, the other option would be to focus on the fact that my right eye still works just fine. So that's what we're talking about. If let's say that you're having a challenge with your energy levels, say your energy levels are lower than you'd like for them to be, one thing you can do is watch your diet, look at what you're putting into your body, garbage in, garbage out. Another thing you can do is just little bits. We're not even talking about going to the gym for an hour, 5 days a week. I'm talking about just one thing I've started doing lately, just standing in place, walking, marching in place for 30 minutes. And after I do that, I feel like I have seriously done something because I have. And you can graduate from that to walking around the block for 30 minutes. And I say starting at 30 minutes, but that might be too much for a lot of people. Start at a minute. I heard a story once about this guy who had, I think it might have been Tony Robbins. He was talking about somebody he was working with that had a challenge with losing weight. And what he suggested to her was to just, okay, how about we do this? Just get up while you're watching TV, continue watching TV. During commercials, get up and walk in place during the commercials. That's like 2 minutes. Well, it used to be 2 or 3 minutes. Now it's like 5 or 10 minutes. But, even if you do it for just one round of commercials. And what the lady found was that after a period of time, first of all, she enjoyed marching in place because she was getting to feel better. And secondly, she began to lose the weight just from baby steps, baby steps, baby steps, or as my mentor, Jason Capital, refers to, small victories, small victories, small victories. It's about chunking things down to bite-size ingestibility. Bite-size. Okay, so once again, back to focusing for health. Focus on the parts of your body that are working well. If you're in a situation where, let's say, mobility is an issue, I understand. Sometimes that is a thing. What you can focus on, if your legs aren't working real well, your arms are still working real well. I mean, if you're using a manual wheelchair, of course your arms are working well. You need your arms to be able to move the wheels. So your arms are working well. So the health that you're feeling in your arms can eventually work its way down to and grow into health that you experience in your legs. And who knows, it might not even be a muscular thing. It could be a skeletal thing. It could be something with your back. And that happens. People have accidents, I understand. So what you do is, well, okay, if your back's messed up, then just like, hey, my mind is as sharp as a tack. Focus on how sharp your mind is. Focus on how good your other senses are working. As far as focusing on your mind, write a book. If you're not moving around, it's not like you've got somewhere to go. If you got somewhere to go, you got people to help you, that's great. You can write a book. Thus, focusing on how strong your mental faculties are. And that reminds me of something else. There are so many, they call them nootropics, supplements that help the brain. And they find that when you help the brain, it affects more of the rest of your body. So you can look into that. See about getting some actual, factual, verifiable brain health supplements, because there's, just like with so many things, like with diet products, there's so much crap out there. There's a lot of crap out there. Yeah, I get it. So do your research, do your due diligence, look into and study the products that are out there, find the ones that are highly recommended, and get yourself on a program. Get yourself into ingesting these things that are going to help your brain. It's just, one of the ways to help. So that just look at other things that are going well in your body. That's my focus for that at this stage of the venture. Let's see. How long have we been going at it here? I feel like it's been about an hour. And this was something that I was going to do without notes, and I just figured I could see how far along I could go without notes. And not that I'm at the end of it, but I'm noticing that it seems like, for whatever reason, that when being live on YouTube, that it seems that if I stop talking, then it stops the live and it stops recording, and I just get to hear the thing going, looping over and over and over again. You should have seen me here an hour ago. It was ridiculous. Oh my goodness. Like an hour and a half ago, I was trying to make this work. I'm trying to figure out how to get this going. But so that is just, we'll just stick with that one for right now. That is just one thing you can do. Focus on what's going right in your body, and what's going wrong in your body will eventually take care of itself. That's another thing that I just recently learned. And it goes a little something like this. Your body already knows how to heal itself. I mean, what do you think they were doing back in the day before they had medication? They were just letting their bodies heal themselves. And they weren't eating crap also, so you might reconsider eating crap. And sometimes that can even be foregone. The gentleman that I'm working with, Christopher Duncan, the founder of the Magnetic Mind coaching modality, he had a mentor who had done all the healthy stuff that you're supposed to do to get better, and it wasn't working. And one day he just said, screw it, and went out, instead of, having all this, eating all this green stuff and, eating, organic and all this good stuff. One day he just said, screw it, and went out, had a steak, had a cigar or smoked a cigarette, and had some wine or had a few drinks. And the next day he was tip top. And that's just a situation of instantaneous healing, which is a real thing. It can definitely happen. I'm not saying I know how to do it. I'm just saying that's just an example of how it can happen. So that is one of the longer ways to get to a point where health issues are no longer an issue. There are shorter ways that will require, I'll say, more people. And what I'm going to do for that is I will go ahead and promote the landing page for a webinar that we will get people on. Okay, you know what? I'm even going to tell you about it now. And for those of you who are just joining this, remember to get into the description for the video, and there's a link there. We support Feeding America and Operation Underground Railroad. Feeding America is helping Americans to not be hungry. Operation Underground Railroad is freeing children from human sex trafficking and returning them to their families. So please find your way to the description, click on the link, and make a donation, and we will put forth, put all our donations together and turn that in, and it'll be a better world for the young people that are pulled out of human sex trafficking. It'll be a better world for the families that get to eat. And okay, the thing that I said that I was going to share, I'll just go ahead and share it, because it's something you can do on your own. You don't need me. All you needed was the information. So here I am with the information, and all I ask for thanks for the information is for you to donate in the link in the description box to Operation Underground Railroad and Feeding America. So the next suggestion for a speedier recovery goes a little something like this. I remember the first time I saw this, and it was amazing, amazing. I believe it was somewhere in Japan where there were 4 doctors that were standing around a patient that had a sizable cancerous tumor, and they kept video on the tumor. And as the doctors were chanting toward the patient, you could see the size of the tumor shrinking and shrinking and shrinking until it totally went away. Totally went away. So that's one, and what they were chanting was that the patient was healed, that there was health. And once they started seeing action on the tumor, the chant was changed to done. So all of this is energy that we're sending toward the patient in a past tense, like it's already happened, they've already experienced it, and they are already healthy. So that's one way to go at it. Another way to go at it, which is a way that I like because it's a way for more people to get involved. First of all, more people will get involved. Secondly, more people will get treated. And it works a little something like this. If you look up on YouTube on the heart energy field, it's about 7 feet past your body in any given direction. So what we're talking about is just standing around someone who is not where they want to be physically and sending healing energy towards them. And what the bonus part, the selfish part, is it works best with the best return for all concerned if the people who are sending healing energy toward the patient are themselves also in a physical state that they would rather not be experiencing. So what happens is the patient gets to experience healing just from all the people standing around sending healing energy toward the patient. That's the one thing. The second thing is the people standing around the patient who are sending healing energy toward the patient also experience improvements in their situations that they found undesirable previously. And one of the ways that makes this work is that while these people are sending healing energies toward the patient, they're not thinking about their own situation. They're there trying to help the other person. So we're back to the idea of focus. Focused energy toward the one person inside the circle, who has an unwanted situation, sending healing energy toward that person winds up healing that person and healing the people in the circle. And I like to bring that out because I just figure it will be easier, much more readily available will you find people who will help someone else and also wind up getting helped. Yes, there are many, many sainted individuals, I consider myself one of them, who would just show up to just send healing energy towards someone to help them out and not want anything in return. I'm just grateful to be alive and on the planet and to have this information and to be able to impart it to you and be able to help you in your situation. It's just better if you have more people who are sending healing energy from their heart field toward the person who has an undesirable situation. And since they're focusing on the other person and not on themselves and on their situation, their focus winds up being able to be of much effect to the person in question, the person that they're focusing on, and since they're not focusing on themselves, they're not giving energy to whatever situation that they are dealing with personally, causing them to have this undesirable situation. Okay? No, okay. It's like I go through periods where I'm thinking like, okay, this is a great spot to cut this off. But then, oh yeah, I remember this other thing. This is a great spot to cut this off. And I'm like, oh yeah, I remember this other thing. And this is why next time we're going to do this with notes, because that way we can just run for as long as we need to run, get the notes out of the way. Anybody can show up in the chat and we will do our best to tend to whatever need that you might have, and we'll see about getting you the help that you desire. And once again, for those who might be catching this on replay, I'm not here trying to get money out of anybody from this information. What I really, 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 really want is for you to go to the description with this video and click on the link there to help us support Operation Underground Railroad and Feeding America. I'm sure you've already heard about Feeding America, the idea that we can be the most prosperous nation on the planet and still have people that go to bed hungry is ridiculous, and it's unnecessary. So what we're talking about is, out of gratitude from the information that I'm imparting to you, please make a donation using the link in the description box, and we will get funding to Feeding America to help Americans not go to bed hungry. And also, Operation Underground Railroad, it removes children from human sex trafficking. They go in on these raids once they find a location, and they just take down the bad guys and bring kids back to their families. It's a beautiful thing. It's a wonderful thing. I'm here to tell you I've had personal experience, and it just feels really, really, really good to have a child return to your home that you thought was, for whatever reason or somehow, some way, weren't going to be able to see them again, and then to have them show up, it's beyond heartwarming. There's no words for it, really. So you can help some family feel that for their child who might have wandered off, might have gotten drugged at a party and taken away, might have just been abducted off the street while they're out just living their lives, and wind up in a human sex trafficking situation that they just can't get out of because you've got armed people who are at the doors not letting you leave, telling you that all manner of things, like telling you that if you leave, if you happen to escape, we're going to find you and kill everybody in your family. We'll let you live, but all of your family is going to get killed, and then we'll just bring you back here, telling you all kinds of stuff that it's not true, but you don't believe it's not true because they're, at that point, they're the ones with the power. So Operation Underground Railroad, please, 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 please go to the link in the description and make your donation for Operation Underground Railroad or Feeding America. Once again, this is Rhapsody, your friendly neighborhood growth hacker, Rhapsody Barrero, aka the Reverend Dr. Rhapsody, wishing you and yours love, freedom, success, and every good thing that you would want for yourself and your family and your life. I love you from the deepest depths of my heart, and I thank you for spending time with me today. And we'll see about doing this every Thursday, every week, starting at 7. Well, I started at 7, but I just couldn't quite figure things out for like a half an hour. It's the first time I'm using Zoom to stream. So there's that. Anyway, bye-bye, everybody. Be well, be safe, and we will speak unto you very, 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 very soon. Are you trying to tell me that you didn't get all that? Is that what you're trying to tell me? I don't want to believe you. What happened? What's that? Hmm. 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 Are you saying we didn't have any of that? Really? Hold on, what's going on over here? Hmm. Okay, we're still live. Why we do this? We'll still be live. Okay. Hmm. So weird. Okay, live now. How do I unlive me now? Save video. Download video. Transfer video. I think if we do this, hold on. Yeah, maybe. Hmm. 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 Oh no, wait, it's on Is this the one? I think this is the one over here. Yeah, no, no. Hmm. Yeah, no, 2 minutes. Hmm. Oh, that's right. It's on YouTube. It's on YouTube. So it's on YouTube. What playlist? What are you talking about? Don't care about everyone. Okay. 7 minutes. Mm-mm.
That's what I went back here. Mm.
Yes, no, right. Don't worry. Oh, goodness. Okay. Well. Hmm. We've got enough followers there. All right, so I'm getting the distinct understanding that I need to keep talking, and this thing will keep. All right, so I'm getting the recording and distinct understanding that I need to keep talking, and this thing will keep. All right. So I'm getting the recording and distinct. You know what? Yeah. Let's see what's going on over there. Do this on a Chromebook. Oh, hey, there you are. Yeah, I got live chat, but I got nobody showing up for the deal. So, what does that give me? Okay, so all right. That's real, 308. 11. Stop, stop, stop. Thank you. Okay, so that just opened. Stop, stop, stop. Thank you. Sure. Meeting is being recorded. That's fine. That's fine. Got it. Yeah, or let's see, breakout rooms, security up here. Let's go. It's not what I prefer, but what if we just go straight to, okay. That's the one I was just at, right? Yeah. Yeah. Meeting is being recorded. That's fine. Okay. So is this the one? Let's find out. Meeting is being recorded. That's fine. That's fine. Got it. Yeah, or okay. So that's either there or down here. Should easily be down here under users. Videos. No. What was that? Music? Yeah. Oh, that's right. You didn't save any of them. You just opened them. Goody. And look at that. Holy cow. And we can just get rid of them all, can't we? Can we? Let's see. Hopefully we can. Clear. Clear. Yes. Oh, see, it's right there. Runs that Control D. Control H is history. Control J is downloads? That's so weird. But Control J downloads. Yep. Okay. I said okay. Thank you. So we'll go recording. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Open. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. OneDrive. Documents? Hold on. Okay. Look here for me. Oops. Look here for me. Look here for me. I got this right here. Get off of here. Look here for me. That's right here. Go. 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 Yikes. Well, that's all. They did say multiple things there. Double click. Hmm. 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 Open it. Let's see. Yeah. So back over here. See, you're still processing. I'm wondering why it's taking you so long. Why is it taking you so long? Maybe it was. Thanks. Hmm. Meeting and messages, yes. Some of video and audio. One participant in the share that. Advanced share screen. How about only me? Host only. Thank you. One participant can no. How many multiple it's just me. I can stop the recording. Mm-hmm. Like, man. Oh, why are you taking forever? But it's fine.